Hello and welcome to Pokemon Lair. My name is TD and I am going to be unboxing a box of 10 Pokemon cards I sent to Professional Sports Authority over a year and a half ago, and I got them back in this little box, professionally packaged so they don't get damaged during shipping. They pack them really well. Let's get them out of here and we'll see what grades I got. Alright, let's go. Let us look at a 2000 Pokemon Gym Heroes Rockets Hitmonchan, a Holo First Edition, the number 11 card. This card is in great condition. The holographics show no damage or anything like that. You can see a little bit of it sparkling in this video. Our centering, I think, is really good from top to bottom and side to side. I think it's all within spec. And in fact, I think all our edges and corners look really good. This could be a great card. As we looked at the back of this card, you can see that the centering looks really pretty good from top to bottom and side to side. I don't see any issues there. Looking at our surface, there's no damage to it, no stains or anything. Looking at our edges and our corners, the only thing I can see is there's some damage to the lower left corner. And that's going to give us a grade of Mint 9. That's a pretty good grade. This card is a 2000 Pokemon Gym Heroes Misty's Poliwrath, a first edition, the number 31 card. Poliwrath's front surface of this card looks really good. I don't see any issues with the surface of this card. Our centering, I think, is within spec from top to bottom and side to side. Finally, looking at our corners and our edges, I don't see any damage that will affect it. As always, we look at the back, and as you can tell, the surface shows no damage. I've kept it pretty good. Looking at our centering, I think it's within spec. It looks like it's within tolerance. I don't see any issues there. Looking at our edges, they're pretty clean. Our corners, which is always where we have problems, our upper right corner shows a little piece of damage, and I think both lowers show very, very slight damage. And we're going to get a grade of Mint 9 for this Poliwrath. Not too bad. I want to look at this 2000 Pokemon Gym Heroes Rocket Scyther, a Holo First Edition, the number 13 card. I've always liked the Scyther Pokemon. This front surface looks really good. The Holo looks awesome. I like how it reflects in the light. Our centering, I think, is within spec from side to side. From top to bottom, it's getting pretty close towards the top. And our edges and our corners, I think, look really good. As we turn to the back, you can see that it looks pretty good. Our surface does. Our centering, I think, is within spec from top to bottom and side to side. Looking at our corners and our edges are really clean. But looking at our corners, I can see that there is a damage to the lower right, and I think both upper corners. And we're going to get a grade of Mint 8 for old Scyther. Wow. We are looking at a 2000 Pokemon Gym Heroes Rockets Snorlax, a first edition, the number 33 card. Rocket always made me smile, a sleeping Pokemon. The front surface of this card looks really good. Looking at our centering, I think we have a slight issue with it being towards the right and towards the top. I think that's out of spec. Looking at our edges and our corners, though, I think they're really good. And as we examine the back, you can see that the centering continued being offset in the back. It's towards the top and towards the left. I think that's out of spec. Looking at our surface, though, it looks really clean. I don't see any damage there. Going to our edges and our corners, there is some damage to the lower left corner. And all that adds up to a grade of Mint 9. That's pretty good with all what I was looking at. We're looking at a 2000 Pokemon Gym Heroes Brock, a trainer card, a Holo First Edition, the number 15. Looking at this card, you can see the surface looks really good. The holographic sparkling in the light. Our centering looks pretty good from top to bottom and side to side. I think it's all within spec. And our edges and our corners have no damage that I can find. As we turn to the back, the back surface looks really good. Our centering, I think, is within spec from top to bottom, and left to right, I think it is also in spec. Going to our corners and our edges look really good, and our corners, it's almost the edge, but it's like on the two lower and the upper left corner, just on the upper and lower edges of those corners, there's some very slight damage. And that's going to give us a grade of Mint 9. That's pretty good for that Brock. I like it. That's a good trainer. This is a 2000 Pokemon Gym Heroes Plains Growlithe, a first edition, the number 35 card. Looking at this card, you can see that the surface has no front damage to the front of it. Our centering, I think, is within spec from top to bottom and side to side. Our edges and our corners show no damage that I can find. Let's flip the card over and take a look at the back. I take a look at the centering. I think it looks really good from top to bottom, side to side. I think it's really within spec. Looking at our surface, I think there's no issues there. I don't find any damage or dirt. Looking at our edges and our corners, the only thing I can find is there's some damage to the upper right corner. And that's going to give us a grade of Mint 9, which I'll take 9s all day long. Let's take a look at a 2000 Pokemon Gym Heroes Lieutenant Surge, a holo first edition, the number 17 card. This is a trainer holographic. Looking at this one, you can see that it's really nice. The holographics show really good in the light. Our centering is from top to bottom and side to side, I think are all in spec. Our edges and our corners show no damage. This is a very good card. As we look at the back side of this card, you can see that the surface and graphics look clean and very nice. Our centering looks really good from top to bottom and side to side. I think it's really pretty good. Our edges and our corners, if you look at our edges, they're really clean. All of our corners except the upper right corner have no damage. There is some damage to that upper right corner. And that's going to give us a grade of Mint 9 for this trainer card, if they all could be 9s. We are looking at a 2000 Pokemon Gym Heroes Plains Magmar, a first edition, the number 37 card. Looking at this Magmar, you can see that the centering looks really good from top to bottom and side to side. I think it's within spec. Our surface shows no damage, no stains, no creases. Our edges and our corners, I don't see any damage that can affect anything at all. Let's take a look at the back of this card, and you can see that the surface looks really clean. I don't see any damage. Looking at our centering, it looks really good from top to bottom and side to side, all within tolerance. Looking at our corners and edges, everything looks really clean, except I think there is some slight damage to the upper right corner, very slight. This could be a great card. So our grade is going to be a excellent Mint 6. What? That's got to be a better grade. Something is wrong. I am not happy with that one. Let's take a look at a 2000 Pokemon Gym Heroes The Rocket's Trap, a holo first edition, the number 19 card. As you can see, the holographics look really good under the light. I think this is a nice card. Our centering from side to side looks within tolerance from top to bottom. I might be slightly out of tolerance going towards the top, but our edges and our corners have no damage. As we flip the card over and look at the back, you can see that everything looks really nice. There's no damage to the graphics or the surface. Looking at our centering from side to side, it looks a little to the left, but I'm pretty positive it's within spec. Our top to bottom centering, I think, is within spec. Looking at our corners and our edges, I had to look really hard because they're really clean. The upper left corner has some slight edge damage on the corner. It's just really hard to see. And our grade is going to be a near Mint 8. That's probably because it's slight. The centering must be off on the front and a little damage on the back. Let's take a look at a 2000 Pokemon Gym Heroes Brock's Golbat, a first edition, the number 39 card. Looking at the front surface of this card, you can see there's no damage. It's really clean. Our centering from top to bottom and side to side, I think, is within tolerance or spec. Our edges and our corners, I don't see any issues or problems or damage. As we inspect the back, you can see that the surface looks really clean. Our centering, I think, is within spec from top to bottom and side to side. Finally, looking at our edges and our corners, our edges are pretty clean. Looking at our corners, our upper right and our lower left corners both have a very slight damage. And so we're going to receive a grade of Mint 9. Pretty good. I like it a lot. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and the cards that I displayed. Please subscribe and like, and don't forget to watch some more videos, and also never forget, you got to catch them all.